Okay. Okay.
Are we actually live now?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Are you guys okay?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so sorry about all that.
I'm gonna mute myself now.
Alright, are we actually live? Can someone in chat please confirm that we're live?
I can confirm that we're live.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
so
man.
sorry about all that, but yeah.
M3's PC was slowly dying, so sorry about that.
He's Smurfy and I'm Super Driver T302 and we've got a hot race planned for you.
Yes, and since that took so long, why don't we just get right into it?
Alright, I'll count us down.
Alright.
Okay.
1, go.
Good luck.
2. And we're going to start off in the nature of Mario Kart 64. We'll skip right off of that.
Ew.
What I just did there, and I don't know if you got it also.
I did.
Okay, so what we did is we're playing as Yoshi, who's a lightweight, and we did the start boost into DK, who's the heavyweight. CPU jump, and that wall doesn't have to push on the English version, so we're able to kind of in the tunnel below, I would say, around 12 to 13 seconds. And now that we're on the second lap, we're going to try to get the item block from this balloon. And there's always a blue shell on the bottom of that item block, and this is going to be useful for the start of lap 3. As you've noticed, whenever we're driving, and we're doing this drifting technique called a mini turbo, where as we're drifting, we're oscillating the control stick back and forth at various intervals, and that's building up a charge that gives us a small boost in speed. And if we're going fast in this game. Oh, I missed the blue shell skip.
Alright, so yeah, on my screen you saw me get the blue shell skip there. Basically, because you're in first place, if you shoot a blue shell, it will turn right back around and hit you, which gives you lots of height, and we can get over that wall again.
And it's basically similar to what happened on the first lap.
Peach, no. Peach, please. Okay. She had a star and she was right behind me.
He has a bit of an advantage on me right now, but there is a lot of places in this game where runs die.
Like Turnpike. So in this point screen here, if you hold start and mash A, it goes super fast.
Holding start speeds up the progression of the points counting down, and pressing A advances the screens. So you do a combination of both of them to speed them up.
So Moo Farm has no shortcuts. The ground is super uneven, so it's awful to drive, and it has moles, which are RNG.
Yeah, the moles are RNG. So while we're here, I'll kind of touch upon some of the. So we're both playing as Yoshi. Yoshi, Toad, and Peach actually all tie for having the fastest top speed. Yoshi and Peach are slightly heavier than Toad, though, and Yoshi is the quickest to select off the part menu.
Oh god, I have a mushroom. It's dangerous.
So a mushroom is a 10% chance in first place. The item probabilities are known for basically every mode.
And I hit a mole, of course.
They manipulated by, they cannot be reasonably manipulated by the player. CPUs do rubber band in this game, but they do so in a bit of a weird way. Whenever a CPU is off camera, physics just, wow, that was a terrible move. I mean,
physics and RNG go out the window. They cheat.
They are constantly in a draft boost stage, and also they can drive through walls. It's really dumb.
I keep wanting to split at the end of each track. Oh my god. It's gonna last the entire run.
I have access to this. Anyways. Another thing about the CPUs is that they are relatively tame with items. They cannot pick up or throw shells of any kind. And the 8th place CPU only has a 1% chance of getting a lightning in. Or in 8th. The 8th place CPU has a 1% chance of getting a lightning, so it happens once on average.
So Koopa Troopa Beach here doesn't have any shortcuts other than the built-in one that you go through the little tunnel. But at the end of the first lap here, hopefully you'll see a little glitch that can speed us up.
Yeah. So
Okay,
the thing.
cool, Yoshi, thanks.
The thing with Koopa Troopa Beach as finish line, and that several other courses have this glitch too, is that there's mismapped polygons to the right of the finish line that, for whatever reason, mistakenly think you're behind by a lap.
So yeah, like you just saw me there, I was in 8th place for like a second. Unfortunately, I got a lightning bolt, but we're looking for either a star or golden shroom or triple shrooms to speed us up.
Instantly, if you trigger an item while you're on that those polygons, you're able to trigger an 8th place item, hopefully. And I triggered it at a bit of a wrong time, so I got a green shell for speed item.
And then I got triple red shells on the second one, so I got the glitch both laps, but didn't get anything useful.
Okay, so I messed up my approach, so I'm going to do this little backup jump here, hopefully. I'm going to try to do this anyways. This is fine. There we go. That lost a lot of time, but I want to show that off, I guess. Something you've probably noticed is that I'm shooting my green shells backwards. Your own green shell cannot hit you if it's shot backwards. You can hit other CPUs, but it can't hit you, which is really nice.
Yeah, if you shoot a green shell backwards and you come back around and it would have hit you, it just goes straight through you.
I managed to save that. That was a pretty bad Koopa Troopa Beach for me.
Alright, so Calamari Desert is the first time we sandbag, which is going backwards and trying to get a 8th place item. What we want here is a star to let us do a skip here. I got triple red shells. Please give me a star. That would be amazing.
Triple red per star is your optimal case here.
And I got the star. Oh my god, I get to show this off. That's awesome.
Yeah.
This is perfect RNG for Calamari Desert, and then I ran into the train, but whatever.
I'm gonna see what kind of RNG I get here. Not since you got perfect RNG, I'm basically doomed to get horrible RNG.
Crap, hit one of the shells.
And I got a star first try, so that's also pretty decent.
Okay, so right here I actually have to wait for the star to run out, otherwise it'll subtract the lap I just skipped to.
So what we're doing with the star here is actually using a built-in shortcut. You're just doing it in an unintended way. So what you're intended to do is driving through the train tracks that are off to my left and then activating the star as you pass by the finish line. However, because Nintendo's so good at making games, they did not take into account the fact that you can just enter through the tunnel the other way, and therefore you can use the star to drive backwards and essentially skip a lap.
Yeah, and as you see here, I'm using the red shells to hop over this fence.
The red shells, they're trying to get to the course, but they don't know what to do, so they just get stuck at the railing.
And then we reset the console at the end of the race there to skip all the trophy ceremony and everything, so we don't need to see that. Alright, so here's the place. Toad's Turnpike. I'll be here for 10 minutes.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm holding this fake item box, which is zooming out the camera. For whatever reason, if you do that, it actually reduces lag.
Yeah, which is the same reason we play in the zoomed out camera. Okay, that might work for lap 2 and 3, but maybe not, so I'm gonna play it safe when I get to the end. So what happened there is when Lakitu picks you up, as long as he's still on the screen and spawned, he can't pick you up again. So if you go out of bounds again while he's still on screen, you just get to drive around out of bounds. And so I clipped through the wall there and down to the track below to skip half a lap. Now if I did it properly, this should let me skip half a lap again. But I'm gonna go up here just to get... It did work, alright. So because we skipped half a lap, on lap 1, and I did it in a specific way and landed in a certain place, the checkpoints get all screwed up, and when I go out of bounds at the beginning of the next lap, it puts me halfway around the track again. So
I basically break the checkpoint system, and oddly enough, that actually doesn't work on the JP 1.0 version of the game.
Yeah, they fixed something that broke it.
And I also got the wrong warp, even though my first lap was really freaking sketchy.
Yeah, I fell in the water. And
Yeah, that first jump is actually, as long as you're above the road, that's when you make the initial jump. Even if you like land in the water, as long as you're above the road, once you go back out of bounds, you basically trigger the strong warp. Or audio cue for the first jump. So,
all right, I was really worried for that track, so I'm glad I got out of there relatively well.
Alright, I'm on my third lap right now, so we're like 30 seconds apart. That's not too bad.
No. Wario Stadium could be a great equalizer.
This is in this run again. A lot of RNG, a lot of places where you can gain or lose time. Chocolate Mountain's coming up, and that could potentially be later. So yeah, I don't know how far you are into Frappe Snowland, but
just did the first shortcut. So what's happening here is I'm going from the bridge directly to the snow and not touching the road. And so the game wants to put me back there. And so when I go out of bounds just after the start-finish line, it thinks I'm now at the end of that lap.
Basically what's happening is when you're going across the finish, when you go past the finish line, then normally your lap increments, and when you go back across it, your lap decrements. So we're tricking like T2 into putting us behind the finish line without ever decrementing our lap.
Yeah. Which is a common thing that we do in a few other tracks too, and that Frappe Snowland shortcut is the easiest in the game. Anybody can go do that right now.
So if you're in 4-player mode, I think it's player 3 if you try to do that shortcut and all 4 of them are trying to do it at the same time. I think it's player 3 that gets screwed.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So Choco is a track that I'm bad at. This game likes to zero frame me, so when you do a wall jump in this game, which you'll see me attempt in a little while, sometimes you travel further in a frame than the window you have to do the wall jump. Like that.
These wall jumps are frame perfect, and the 0 frames can sometimes make them literally impossible. And in addition to that, you have to have a really good speed and angle, and you have to hit the wall at a particular spot.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you frames
Get up the wall!
I just go for each of them once, and if I fail them both, I'm just gonna drive forward and take the time off.
Yeah, I might take the time loss and just not do the shortcuts. We'll see how the second lap goes. Toad, please. Don't make this worse.
I almost got the first one, but the game said no. Yeah, even if you get the wall jump, like that's actually kind of rare that happens. But sometimes even if you get the wall jump, the game just says no. But I got the backup jump first try, so.
Oh, thanks, Bowser. Sorry, family-friendly stream. Okay, I'm in first place, so I'm gonna keep doing shortcuts.
So the thing with this game is that you don't necessarily need to finish in first place, but you need to, if you finish in 5th place or worse, you actually have to redo the race you were on. Okay, nice fake item box. Okay, no.
Yeah, the CPUs with fake item boxes can sometimes be evil. They sometimes actually put them inside the regular item boxes.
The CPUs, even though they can't throw shells and they're rare, very rare with lightning, they're...
Oh, okay, I just hit myself with a shell. That was beautiful.
Alright.
Not doing 3 weather tankos? Deacon, I've never hit 1 weather tanko. 47-second lap 1. I swear I'm good at this game.
Alright, I'm gonna try this one more time because I'm confident. Alright, good.
Alright, Mario Raceway, more than likely I won't be doing a shortcut here. If I get a shroom at any point, I will attempt the shortcut. But I'm not going to try to
I sadly did not get to show off the optimal jump, but I think I had a better shot than you. I had a 142.
Okay, well I'm supposed to go through those plants, not bounce off of them. But...
So there's 2 main shortcuts in Mario Raceway. You can either use red shells to completely skip a lap, which I don't think either of us know how to do.
Yeah, I do it in PB attempts, but it's not marathon safe.
I mean, and I don't know how to do them. Or you can use a mushroom to jump this wall that I'm just about to pass in front of.
Just got 2 boos.
I'm just gonna do Mario Raceway non-shortcut because I'm really bad at any shortcuts in this level.
I'm probably gonna end up doing it non-shortcut just because I'm not getting a shroom.
I got
One more
a
opportunity to get a shroom, and I got the shroom. Okay, let's try this.
This is actually relatively difficult.
Alright, I got the wall jump.
Wow. What did I do? Backside.
And reset again to not have to do the trophy ceremony.
So earlier he said he got a boot. In Grand Prix mode, a boot functions exactly like a normal item box. You have the same probabilities of getting the same items. You're not stealing them from other computer players.
Yeah.
Although you also have a 20% chance of getting nothing.
Yes. Okay, so Wario Stadium has the ability to lose a ridiculous amount of time.
Either be a really fast track or a really short track. It depends on how much the game hates you.
Oh, how did I make over that? That was ridiculous.
Okay, so I'm gonna give Wario Stadium a go. So you can finish this track in either 30 seconds or it can take over a minute. It really just depends on how much the game loves you.
Whew, that was a fast Wario Stadium. 31 seconds.
Pretty tough for me to beat.
Actually went pretty well. I think I only got 0 frames
Ow.
twice there.
Got the wall jump second try, but then I landed on the opposite side of the finish line.
That
Cool.
sucks, yeah. So it's
This is
Snowman's Land here, no shortcuts, just driving.
So this is what Wario Stadium can sometimes be like. Sometimes you just run into this wall endlessly and never get over. Accelerating fast from a stop, what I'm doing is I'm actually triple tapping the A button, and why can I not get over?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Triple tapping A as a lightweight accelerates you super fast to top speed. There is one other character who can do that, which is Bowser. He has almost the same speed getting up to top speed.
57 second per lap, please. Hey, you're kind of getting the opposite end of the spectrum here.
Yeah.
7 seconds second lap. Be good now. Okay. Well, let's make this look reasonable difficult.
So these penguins, they're always in the same place. They're not R&D. But even though they're always in the same place, if you make a mistake, then they're off the cycle you know, and then it's a disaster.
Yeah. I got a 123 Mario Stadium, so yeah, that's what I was talking about when I said this track can just really destroy you, and it's where most of your mid game runs are going to die. Because again, those jumps are frame perfect and sometimes literally impossible. And I just started Sherbert Lane by jumping right into the water. Great.
That was a very good Sherbet land.
I got a star so I can partly make up for this.
31 second lap 3, damn.
Got 2 stars.
Alright, Royal Raceway has, in my opinion, a couple of really, really cool shortcuts. I'll explain them as I do them here.
I only lost 5 seconds to that mistake.
Yeah, we should mention too, the reason why we drift anytime we have a mushroom, if you've noticed that, is because you actually go faster if you're drifting with the mushroom. So, right there, I jumped off the track, and suddenly I'm on the bridge, like halfway across the track.
The game thinks you attempted the huge jump from the ramp and miss, and if you notice there's like a polygon line, you want to hit just to the right of it.
Yeah, and then the second shortcut I did off the ramp there, same idea. The game thinks you fell off the track over on that side, so it puts you over there. That second shortcut only saves 0.2 every time you do it, but it's pretty easy on 150cc.
I don't know for it, but it's high risk, low reward.
Oh my god, I missed that. Really? My triple tap A didn't work, so I missed. Thank you, game.
This game lost you your inputs.
Yeah, some lag can just drop an input here and there.
Alright, so that mistake on Sherbert Lane cost me like 5 seconds, but I was able to recover it really easily. I didn't run into any penguins. It's an interesting case that can happen on Royal Raceway where sometimes the CPUs can take a shortcut. Sometimes they can like fall through the wall at the start of the track, and then
Ooh,
like he does this weird thing where like if like he's just trying to place you down, but he can't place you on the ground, then he'll default warp you to the finish line, and so that can sometimes happen with the CPUs, but it's extremely rare.
Yeah, and that's actually the time trial strat for the end of the race is to warp to the finish line.
Yeah, but it's really, really precise, so no one knows where to work it.
Yeah.
As you can see, like, I'm not bothering with that shortcut. And also, I'm doing a tiny jump right before I jump off that ramp, because otherwise there's a chance that I'll bounce when I land, which loses a bit of time, because whenever you're in the air in this game, you're losing time.
Yep.
Time spent not accelerating.
So Bowser's Castle is non-shortcut again, and there's lots of flomps everywhere, and I just hit so many of them in 150cc.
Yeah, the swamps are really annoying because they're on cycles, but it's really hard to memorize all the swamp cycles. And also on 150cc, in one room, they actually added an extra swamp over time trial, so it's even harder. Okay, I have a booth here, which, oh wow, I just spun out twice in a row. I have a booth here, which means I can try the finish line glitch on Royal Raceway, so let's see if I can get anything in this.
Okay, so what just happened there, and I'm surprised it's taken this long to happen, is on 150cc, you can spin out without hitting anything. Basically, if the game registers too many inputs on the control stick, it will just spin you out. And
you can only do that on 150cc.
Yeah, that's only 150cc, and it's really annoying because sometimes, based on the terrain, you can just be holding one direction and not moving it at all, but the game will still think you're doing way too many inputs and spin you out. Okay, yep. So because I spun out and hit the wall, with like all the flomps are out of whack from where I know them, so I'm probably gonna run in. That's the thing on Bowser's Castle. One mistake just breeds so many more because the cycles are off.
That's the thing. That's the thing with this game. Like, if you can be cruising well on a track, but then you make one error.
No!
Oh. Did you fall off the bridge?
No, I hit a banana just before the like sort of jump near the end of the lap, but I landed on the track.
That at the ending of this track can be rather stressful. I'm gonna hold this banana bunch behind me to reduce lag again. It's only really take time on a couple.
That's a really mean. Yeah, good. Hit your own banana, Peach.
The CPUs can be kind of dumb. It's funny to watch them do really stupid things.
Sometimes the CPUs are just snipers. They'll just chuck something that is impossible for you to avoid.
I have a banana bunch though, so they're probably not going to be on my tail very often.
All right, so Special Cup.
This is where good runs die.
Yeah, Special Cup is not easy.
I barely did that.
So DK's Jumbo Parkway here. Pretty simple skip, but also very easy to mess up.
Drop a banana. If a CPU drops a banana on that bridge, you're 9 out of 10 times you're just screwed because that
Come on, get to the right spot. Stop spinning the wrong way. So the finish line kind of extends down into this cave, and so when we clip out of bounds just enough to hit the finish line, and then we hit the wall and clip back into the cave, so it thinks we're at the end of the lap.
You don't have to clip back into the cave, you can land in the water and it still skips the lap, but it obviously saves time to land back into the cave. Don't get squished by these swamps. If you get squished by these swamps, that's a huge time loss.
I'm doing this really slowly because I would rather take my time doing this than miss the shortcut. Okay.
Oh, there's a pretty consistent visual key for it.
Oh, dude. Yeah, there is. Oh, I really should have held on to that banana. If you hold on to a banana through the credits or the point screen on DK's Jumbo Parkway, it reduces lag. That happens even during the point screen, so if you have a banana, it's good to hold it out.
So what strategy do you go for in DKJP?
I don't know. I just go on a spot I know that I can line up and go for it.
So I'm going to be attempting the DKJP shortcut,
So Yoshi Valley here, I'm gonna try to sandbag for triple mushrooms.
But if he doesn't get that, there's an alternate strat that doesn't really that.
Yeah, alright, I got a golden mushroom, so I can do this once. Ideally, with a triple mushroom, you would just do this skip 3 times and finish the race. But since I got a golden shroom, I'll do it once, then do the other shortcut. So you hit a specific line, which is a specific polygon.
Okay, I just got
and you just warp around to the end of the lap.
No idea if this is still going to work. Yeah, that's the 1% chance we were talking about.
Oh my god! I just got bolted.
Ow.
Okay, so now I actually have to wait for this bolt to run out to do this shortcut. There we go.
Typically in no skips driving, when you get hit by a lightning, you lose 4 seconds, but oftentimes if you're trying to do a shortcut, it will lose even more.
Yeah. So right there, same sort of idea. I hit the specific seam on the wall and skip the lap. That only works if you go the far right path on Yoshi Valley.
For whatever reason, taking that far right path just breaks the checkpoint system for no reason.
I don't know why I just did that. I tried to shoot it backwards, but okay.
I got a 46-second second lap on DK Bake Me, so that was really awful.
So there, the reason I went down there is because the finish line extends all the way down to the fence, and it's much faster to cut through the grass even without a shroom than to go all the way up to the finish line.
Wow.
Alright, so Banshee Boardwalk is a very stressful track because it's non-shortcut and it's very easy to fall off and lose a ton of time.
When you're going for a top time, you also want to be keeping, like, what I have to be doing is I'm going to be keeping track of the CPUs during that, but I don't know if Murphy does that.
Yeah, no, I don't do the CPU jump.
Okay, so now it's my turn to grind for triple mushrooms. You have a better probability of getting triple mushrooms in 5th or 6th place, so... And a star, so...
Ooh, mushroom.
Right side shortcut first, and then save this star for lap 3, so I can finish off the race easier. You have to kind of jump off here at a specific point, and then hit a specific part of the wall, and it just skips a lap. And here I'm going to be doing this hairpin jump, which I don't think Smurfy really talked about. This is also not considered a skip, and this is allowed in the no skips run.
Yeah. And with that skip going around to the right side, for some reason the game puts you backwards, so you have to turn around and do the hairpin jump.
The result doesn't really save as much time. So now I'm going to do the last skip. It's a little harder to do at the start because you actually have to accelerate. When we're after the mushroom, you can just fire off the mushroom and hit. So, I do not have any heavyweights in the top 4, which is actually kind of bad for me. Either Bowser, Wario, or DK in the top 4. Because what I would want to do on Banshee Boardwalk is have one of them come in first, and then me come in third, which would set me up to do another CPU jump on Rainbow Road. But I guess I'm just going to do what I have to talk.
Alright, the CPUs actually behaved on Banshee Boardwalk. As you can imagine, that little chicane that's really thin, they love putting bananas on that little chicane, and it's so hard to avoid them. And if you hit one, you're in the water. You're done.
So it looks like...
So Rainbow Road, I think anyone who's played this game knows this shortcut at the beginning.
It's a little harder in 150cc though, it's really easy to overshoot, so you have to kind of let go of A right before you...
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to try to get some of the other CPUs out of the way, but I don't think DK is one of my rivals, so it's probably not going to happen.
There we
so
go.
The way CPU rivals work in this game is you have 2 CPUs that are chosen to be your rivals, and the RNG that determines this is actually in the point select screen, or in the character select screen. Just going, and then it will choose CPUs that will kind of rubber band better. And right now, it looks like I actually have either DK, Luigi, and Toad. One of them is one of my rivals. And these are the CPUs that get kind of the better rubber banding. So now DK's in 2nd place, and I want him to stay there to win the race.
Okay, so what I'm looking for here is I need a green shell to do a skip, and it's not giving me one.
Believe it or not, a green shell is actually the highest probability item you can get in first place because you can get both singles and green, and you can get both singles and triples in first place. And it's a combined 35% chance.
Yeah, and if the CPUs catch up to me before I get one, I have to drive around another lap because I can't get a green shell.
I can't get green shells in any place below third. Alright, so it looks like
okay,
DK and Luigi are having a battle here. They come out on top, maybe. If he doesn't miss, I'm actually gonna wait at the finish line.
What was that bounce? And so I might be a little screwed.
Okay,
here.
DK finishing first, that's good. I get to I forgot to split. Now I'm gonna get to do a CPU jump at the start of Movember Road. That's gonna save an additional 10 seconds over the normal shortcut. So although that was like a 5-second each, we're still be next time.
Okay, well at least the second lap will be pretty quick. What am I doing? Oh my god. Okay, well this Movember Road's turning into a bit of a disaster.
He has a springboard, and I landed the spiral. Nice. So that saves an additional 10 seconds over what Smurfy did at the start of lap 1.
Yeah, and he has the potential here to really destroy me because I have to drive around another lap, and he ideally doesn't.
So I have less opportunities to get a green shell now, but I also have more time. I'm really, really far ahead of the CPUs.
I can't even get ahead of the CPUs because I took too long to
I just
fail on the green shell. Oh, okay, I got triple green shells. Let's go.
I just got my first race, so I'm gonna get to try the shortcut here.
This could potentially be a very close race. These CPUs need to get away from me. Okay, Toad just got nailed by a chomp, so he's gone.
Okay, I just missed it the first time, but I got an additional green after that, so I can try it again. The angling and positioning required for this is actually rather precise. This is not a skip yarn. To get it down, it's really difficult. Okay, I just failed it again, but I got a third green. So basically, I have to get this now, otherwise I might have to drive my
Oh, come on, game. Really? Like, actually? Did that just happen?
Okay, I just got it. I just got it on my first lap.
Okay, yeah, you're probably going to win this now.
This is just going to accomplish something very similar to what you saw on Frappe Snowland at DKJP, where I crossed the finish line and by an entire lap.
Oh, this Rainbow Road!
Now I have even more time to set that up and get another green shell and do that exact same thing again.
Yeah, you would need to miss like 900 times to lose this race at this point.
So shout out to Abney for teaching me that you need to... Abney 317 is the current world record holder, and he taught me that you actually need to jump right before you hit the green shell so you go over the fence. Okay, so time's going to be coming up for me when I cross the finish line. And that's time for me. My timer says 21:58.
Oh, I tried to jump into a drift and jumped right off the course.
Okay, so I guess I won.
Yeah, by quite a lot. This is why this category is not great
like I
to
said,
grind.
The run can basically die anywhere, and there's so many places for you to gain or lose time. Like, so my PB, by the way, is a 29:38. Is a 29:50, I think.
Okay, thank you, Wario. Mine's a 29:50. Yeah.
Need to catch up here.
I don't like grinding 150cc. I'm a time trial player.
I'm not a time trials player myself. By the way, if you are interested in doing time trials, there is a very, very big community for the game, and you want to join Mario Kart 64. You want to join MarioKart64.com. Site you want to go to.
Yeah, the community's huge, really active, really inclusive. And time. And my timer's not going. Please stop. Please stop. Why is my timer not stopping?
You got when
Not even your timer believes in you.
What is going on? It won't stop.
You got a 33:17.
Okay. The timer's literally just gonna keep going until I close the program. I think it's broken.
I just realized I never pressed A to start the credits.
All right. Well, that was an interesting race.
That was a close race. Nice comeback.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
It was nice of you to have a race together.
Oh, now the timer stopped. Oh, this end of this has been a calamity for me.
Coming up next, we've got Diddy Kong Racing by ZoJX. So
The inferior N64 kart game.
Inferior? More like exterior. If you want to play yourselves out, go ahead.
All right, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. It was fun. I think I'm probably sticking around for a little while, but
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. It's like 12:30 a.m. where I live.
yeah. All right, we'll see you guys later.
Yeah.